In the chaos of everyday life, it's easy to feel overwhelmed, as though we're drowning in a relentless sea of stress, uncertainty, and pressure. Yet, there exists a way to find calm amidst the storm, a path toward inner peace that has endured the test of time. Imagine this: despite everything life throws at you, work demands, personal conflicts, unforeseen challenges, you can remain unshaken, composed, and serene. This isn't merely a dream, this is the essence of Stoicism. Stoicism is a philosophy that teaches us how to master our emotions and reactions, enabling us to lead a life of fulfillment and clarity. Today, we're diving deep into the heart of Stoicism, uncovering some timeless principles that can revolutionize the way you approach life's inevitable highs and lows. These aren't abstract ideas meant to sit on a shelf. They are practical tools you can apply every single day to cultivate resilience, mental strength, and inner tranquility. Whether you're grappling with a difficult relationship, feeling burdened by your responsibilities, or searching for a more profound sense of purpose, the wisdom of Stoicism offers actionable insights and strategies to help you thrive. Join me as we explore these powerful Stoic teachings, from learning to maintain a firm purpose in life to mastering the art of emotional control. Each principle serves as a stepping stone toward a life where external events no longer dictate your inner peace. By the end of this journey, you'll possess the knowledge and tools to foster calm, confidence, and unshakable serenity, regardless of what life throws your way. So, let's embark together on this transformative path and discover how the ancient wisdom of Stoicism can lead you to true happiness and unwavering tranquility. If you value the insights we're sharing here, I have just one small favor to ask. Hit that subscribe button and make sure to watch the video without skipping a single part. Imagine sailing on a vast ocean without a clear destination. You drift aimlessly, at the mercy of every shift in the wind and wave. That's exactly what life feels like without a firm purpose, directionless, vulnerable, and reactive to external forces. Epictetus emphasized the importance of having a clear, unwavering purpose. He said that challenges reveal a person's character, and the greater the difficulty, the greater the glory in overcoming it. This is not just philosophical reflection, it's a call to action. When you cultivate a firm purpose, it acts like a compass, guiding you through life's turbulent seas. This purpose isn't something that appears overnight. It is built through moments of deep reflection on what truly matters to you. It's not solely about career milestones or personal achievements. It's about the principles, values, and ideals you commit your life to. What do you stand for? What kind of person do you aspire to be? These are the essential questions you must confront to identify your firm purpose. Once discovered, your purpose becomes an anchor amidst the chaos. Life will inevitably challenge you, but with a firm purpose, obstacles transform from insurmountable walls into manageable steps, small increments along the journey toward your ultimate goals. When your goals and values are clearly defined, the external world loses its power to intimidate, and even the largest challenges shrink in significance. This inner strength, nurtured through Stoic wisdom, cannot be easily shaken. A firm purpose isn't stumbled upon by chance. It's the product of deliberate, honest, and deep reflection on what genuinely matters. This introspection demands time, honesty, and courage. You must dig beneath surface desires to discover the driving force of your life. It may require re-evaluating your current path, discarding unhelpful habits, or embracing new perspectives. This is a continuous process of self-discovery and alignment with your authentic self. Once you have embraced this purpose and embedded it in your heart, the next step is diligence, protecting and nurturing it through perseverance and steadfast commitment. This means showing up every day, even when faced with setbacks and failures, understanding that these moments are part of the journey. A firm purpose is not merely a destination, it is a guiding light that enables you to navigate life with clarity, confidence, and resilience. Think of your firm purpose as a beacon in the night. It provides guidance, stability, and security when life storms threaten to throw you off course. It acts as a lifebuoy, keeping you afloat amidst emotional turbulence and challenging circumstances. This is the transformative power of Stoicism. It's more than a set of rules. It is a profound understanding of the strength of will, determination, and focus. Epictetus reminds us that true power lies in remaining committed to our purpose no matter the obstacles we encounter. With this mindset, nothing is impossible, and no external force can shake a resilient spirit. So take the time to reflect deeply, uncover your true purpose, and begin the journey of aligning your life with what genuinely matters. Through Stoic wisdom, unshakable calm, clarity, and true happiness are not just possible, they are within your reach. Purpose. Write it down, internalize it, and allow it to guide every step of your journey. This firm purpose will serve as your anchor, your beacon, and your unwavering guide through the storms and uncertainties of life. When someone offends us, it's natural to feel hurt and want to retaliate. But here is where Stoicism offers a profound lesson. Our emotions are born from our thoughts and personal perspectives. This understanding gives us the power to choose how we respond to any situation. Rather than letting offense consume us, we can see these moments as opportunities to cultivate patience, self-awareness, and emotional mastery. Think of it like this. Every time you resist the urge to react impulsively, you are strengthening a mental muscle. You are training your mind to remain calm, composed, and deliberate, no matter the circumstances. Mind control is not just a skill, it's an art that requires daily practice and commitment. Start with small habits that help you regain mastery over your thoughts. For example, set achievable goals each day. Every time you complete even a minor task, you build self-confidence and reinforce your ability to govern your mind. Focus on living fully in the present moment, while deepening your understanding of your emotions. Once you recognize that you have the power to choose your reactions, you become resilient to challenges and less vulnerable to negative emotions. Consider the story of a baker who dedicates each day to perfecting their craft. This baker is not distracted by excessive praise or harsh criticism. Instead, they focus entirely on improving their skills, ignoring external opinions. This singular dedication grants them freedom, focus, and inner peace. Similarly, by guarding your mind against external distractions and influences, you can prioritize your growth. Guarding your mind also involves setting boundaries. Be mindful of what you allow to enter your mental space. Just as you wouldn't allow garbage into your home, do not permit negative thoughts, toxic people, or harmful media to clutter your mind. Surround yourself with influences that uplift and inspire you. Read books that broaden your knowledge. Engage in conversations that challenge your thinking, and spend time with people who encourage and support your growth. Stoic philosophy is not merely an ancient discipline, it is a practical, powerful tool for modern life. By learning to control our minds and handle emotions with maturity, we can achieve true peace and freedom in a world that is often unpredictable and chaotic. This is not about suppressing your emotions, it is about understanding them deeply and responding in ways that align with your values and purpose. One practical method to strengthen this practice is mindfulness or meditation. These practices enhance awareness of your thoughts and emotions, creating a pause between stimulus and response. Within that pause lies your power and freedom. By regularly practicing mindfulness, you train your mind to observe, without reacting immediately, giving you greater control over your emotional landscape. Another vital aspect of guarding your mind is cultivating a growth mindset. Embrace challenges as opportunities to grow rather than threats to your comfort. When difficulties arise, remind yourself that every obstacle is a chance to strengthen your character and gain wisdom. Shifting your perspective in this way transforms how you experience adversity, making you resilient and less susceptible to external negativity. Remember, guarding your mind is a lifelong endeavor. It is about consistently focusing on what you can control, your thoughts, responses, and attitudes. It means rejecting a victim mindset and embracing the role of an active creator of your experience. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, and soon external events will wield far less power over your inner peace. Epictetus taught that while we cannot control the opinions or actions of others, we can always control how we respond. This principle reminds us that even harsh criticism does not have to affect us. In today's world, it translates to accepting that others have their perspectives and values, which may not always align with ours. Encountering differing opinions or even unkind words is inevitable. What truly matters is how we process and respond to them. The first step in handling criticism is developing deep self-awareness. When you understand your motivations and the reasoning behind your actions, the words of others lose their sting. If you act in alignment with your principles and values, external negativity becomes less significant. This self-awareness forms a strong foundation, protecting you from being easily influenced by others' opinions. When faced with criticism, instead of reacting defensively, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself if there is any truth within the feedback. Even harsh criticism can hold valuable insight. Approaching it with clarity, patience, and introspection allows you to use it constructively while maintaining control over your emotions and reinforcing your inner strength. Criticism can contain valuable insights that help us grow. This doesn't mean you must accept every piece of criticism as valid, but being open to considering it demonstrates maturity and a willingness to learn. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of patience and gentleness. Patience allows us to remain composed, preventing hasty or negative reactions to criticism. Gentleness, on the other hand, helps us maintain healthy and respectful relationships, even when others disagree or offer critique. Think of saints and ascetics who endured harm, insult, and misunderstanding with patience and kindness, yet remained steadfast on their chosen path. By practicing patience and gentleness, we can respond to criticism without letting it disturb our inner peace. Handling criticism effectively also requires developing a thick skin. This does not mean becoming indifferent or ignoring feedback. Rather, it is about building resilience and understanding that not all criticism is directed at you personally. Sometimes people criticize because of their own insecurities, frustrations, or misconceptions. Recognizing this allows you to depersonalize the criticism and protect your self-worth. Remember, you have the power to choose your response. This freedom lies at the core of Stoic philosophy. Just because someone criticizes you does not make their judgment the final word on your character or abilities. You can choose to take what is constructive and discard the rest. This selective approach enables growth without being weighed down by negativity. Engaging in constructive dialogue is another practical way to handle criticism. When criticism comes from someone close, like a friend or family member, consider discussing it calmly. Seek clarification, express your perspective, and foster open communication. This approach not only helps resolve misunderstandings but also strengthens relationships through mutual respect. Handling criticism effectively can also inspire others. When people witness your grace, composure, and willingness to learn, they admire your strength and often follow your example. You become a role model for resilience and emotional intelligence, living the principles of Stoicism in daily life. Epictetus taught that what frightens or disturbs us is not external events themselves, but how we perceive them. This means that when someone offends you, it is not their words or actions that harm you, it is your perception and reaction that give them power. The control, therefore, lies within you, allowing You to decide how much an offense impacts you. This principle is liberating because it shifts authority from external circumstances to your internal world. Transforming offense does not mean suppressing or denying your emotions. It is natural to feel hurt, angry, or upset when offended. Stoicism teaches us to acknowledge these feelings without being controlled by them. It is about creating a gap between stimulus and response. Within that space lies your power to choose a response aligned with your values and long-term goals. One practical method to transform offense is cognitive reframing. When you feel hurt, attempt to view the situation from a different perspective. Rather than focusing on the negative, ask what lessons you can extract from the experience. This does not require agreeing with the offender, but it allows you to grow from the situation. For instance, if a friend criticizes your lifestyle choices, instead of taking it personally, consider whether their observation contains any merit or if it serves as a chance to reaffirm your own values. Stoicism also highlights the importance of empathy. When offended, try to understand what the other person might be experiencing that led them to act in this way. This perspective allows you to respond with compassion instead of anger. It is not about excusing harmful behavior, but about understanding the human condition and recognizing that everyone has struggles. Another powerful technique is forgiveness. Holding on to resentment only harms you. It is like drinking poison while expecting someone else to suffer. Choosing to forgive frees you from the weight of negative emotions. Forgiveness does not mean condoning the offense, but rather releasing its grip on you. It is a gift to yourself, enabling you to move forward with clarity and peace. Stoic philosophy teaches that true strength lies in embracing and overcoming difficulties, not in avoiding them. Every offense is an opportunity to build resilience. Just as a muscle grows stronger through resistance, your character strengthens when you face and transform offenses. The more you practice these principles, the more naturally they will become a part of your life until external events gradually lose their power to disturb your inner calm. Even the harshest external events have little power to disturb your inner peace. Remember, transforming offense is a practice. It is not something perfected overnight. It requires patience, self-awareness, and a firm commitment to personal growth. Each time you consciously choose to transform an offense, you are reinforcing a constructive habit, making it easier to respond wisely in the future. Epictetus shared a profound truth. We are the ones who assign meaning to events, thereby creating fear and shame within our own minds. These emotions are not inherent in the situations themselves. They are products of our interpretations. Once we understand this, we can begin to shift the way we perceive and respond to fear and shame. Fear often arises from the unknown, or from anticipating negative outcomes. It is a natural protective mechanism, yet it can become paralyzing if left unchecked. Stoicism teaches us to confront our fears directly. Instead of avoiding what scares us, we examine it with clarity. Ask yourself, what am I truly afraid of? Break it down into specific concerns, and often the fear loses its grip when analyzed rationally. For example, if you fear public speaking, this fear may stem from worries about being judged or making mistakes, but when you break it down, you realize the audience is there to listen, not to harshly judge you. Mistakes are natural. Every speaker stumbles at some point. By facing this fear, preparing thoroughly, and gradually exposing yourself to it, you build confidence. Each experience chips away at the fear, making it more manageable over time. Shame is another deeply rooted emotion that can leave us feeling flawed or unworthy. It often stems from societal pressures or past mistakes. Stoicism teaches us to confront shame with courage and self-compassion. It is about accepting imperfection and learning from experiences rather than allowing them to define us. Consider a past mistake that causes shame. Instead of letting it fester, face it directly. Reflect on why it occurred, what lessons you can extract, and how it can guide your growth. This process transforms shame into insight, turning a potentially destructive emotion into a valuable teacher. Self-forgiveness is another essential tool. Holding on to shame traps you in a cycle of self-criticism. By forgiving yourself, you release this burden, allowing forward movement and personal growth. Forgiveness is not about excusing mistakes, it is about acknowledging them, learning from them, and then letting them go. This step is crucial for healing and cultivating resilience. Start overcoming fear and shame through small, deliberate steps. Gradually expose yourself to situations that trigger these emotions and use each experience as a learning opportunity. Over time, you build resilience and find that what once frightened or shamed you no longer has the same grip. Gradual exposure and thoughtful reflection desensitize these emotions, making them manageable and less overwhelming. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of community and support. Share your fears and feelings of shame with trusted friends or mentors. Opening up can be liberating and provide new perspectives, guidance, and encouragement. Often, you will discover others have faced similar challenges and can offer insight and support. Epictetus advised envisioning potential difficulties along our path, so we are prepared to face them calmly and deliberately. This is not about pessimism or expecting failure, but about realism and readiness. Anticipating obstacles ensures that we are not caught off guard when they appear. Instead, we have considered strategies and responses in advance. A practical technique for this is called premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of evils. It involves visualizing potential challenges and planning how to respond. For instance, before a significant meeting, consider what might go wrong: technical glitches, difficult questions, or personal nervousness. By mentally rehearsing these scenarios, you can reduce the element of surprise and remain composed. This practice strengthens resilience without dwelling on negativity, helping you become adaptable and capable of maintaining composure when difficulties arise. Anticipating obstacles also requires flexibility. Life rarely unfolds exactly as planned, and rigid expectations lead to disappointment and stress. By anticipating the unexpected, you stay adaptable, able to adjust your approach without losing focus. This adaptability is key to navigating uncertainty with grace and effectiveness. Another critical aspect is maintaining a balanced perspective. While it is essential to anticipate potential difficulties, it is equally important to recognize your strengths, resources, and support systems. Acknowledging the tools at your disposal allows you to prepare thoroughly without becoming anxious or pessimistic. Anticipating obstacles also cultivates patience and perseverance. Understanding that challenges are inevitable encourages a long-term mindset, emphasizing persistence over immediate success. Stoicism emphasizes steadfastness and inner strength, qualities that develop through repeated practice of patience and resilience. Regular reflection further enhances your ability to anticipate challenges. Review past experiences. What obstacles did you encounter? How did you respond? Which strategies worked and which could improve? By learning from the past, you equip yourself to tackle future difficulties with greater wisdom and efficiency. Incorporating mindfulness practices strengthens your capacity to anticipate and manage obstacles. Mindfulness keeps you present, aware, and attuned to subtle cues, allowing you to detect potential challenges early and respond thoughtfully. It also enhances emotional regulation, ensuring that you remain calm and centered even in high-pressure or stressful situations. Epictetus famously said, "It is not what happens to you, but how you react that matters." This principle underscores the central power of Stoicism. Control lies not external events, but within your mind, guiding your responses and shaping your experience. This simple yet profound statement captures the essence of inner strength. Our true power does not lie in changing external circumstances, but in mastering our inner responses. When confronted with adversity, whether it's harsh criticism from a trusted friend or an unexpected setback, we possess the freedom to choose how we respond. This choice shapes our character and defines the trajectory of our lives. Inner strength is cultivated through self-awareness and deliberate practice. It begins with recognizing your emotions without letting them control you. This does not mean suppressing your feelings, rather, it means observing them, understanding their origins, and gaining insight into your triggers. As you become aware of what provokes your emotions, you can manage your reactions more effectively. Self-awareness is the foundational step toward building genuine inner strength. Stoicism also emphasizes the vital distinction between what is within our control and what is not. This distinction is crucial for maintaining inner peace. We cannot control other people's actions or opinions, but we can control our attitudes, responses, and decisions. By focusing only on what we can influence, we conserve energy and reduce unnecessary stress. This mindset shift is empowering, keeping us grounded even in the midst of external turbulence. Forgiveness is another cornerstone of inner strength. Holding on to grudges and resentment drains your energy and clouds judgment. Stoicism teaches us to control our reactions and also to practice forgiveness. This does not imply excusing harmful behavior, but rather releasing its hold on you. By forgiving, you free yourself from the weight of negative emotions, creating space for healing, growth, and clarity. Building inner strength also requires developing resilience. Life is full of ups and downs, and setbacks are unavoidable. Stoicism teaches us to view these challenges as opportunities to strengthen our character. Every obstacle is a chance to practice perseverance and resilience. Over time, this practice fortifies your inner strength, making you more adaptable and less susceptible to life's fluctuations. Stoicism encourages seeking support, not only within ourselves, but also from our communities and sources of faith. Surround yourself with like-minded, supportive individuals who uplift and inspire you. Engage in conversations that challenge your thinking and expand your perspective. If you have a spiritual practice, draw upon it for guidance and strength. These external sources of support reinforce your inner fortitude while fostering a sense of purpose and belonging. Practicing gratitude is another effective method for cultivating inner strength. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking to what is present, fostering a positive and resilient mindset. Even in difficult times, there are always things to appreciate. Regularly acknowledging these positives strengthens emotional resilience and promotes balance. Inner strength also involves embracing vulnerability. Recognizing your fears and insecurities does not make you weak, it makes you human. Confronting these vulnerabilities with courage and compassion transforms them into sources of strength. Self-acceptance is a crucial component of inner strength, allowing you to navigate life with authenticity and confidence. This does not mean ignoring emotions or pretending they do not exist. It means acknowledging your feelings without letting them dictate your actions. It is about creating a space between stimulus and response, a moment to pause, reflect, and choose the most appropriate course of action. This practice of deliberate reflection is powerful and can transform how you interact with the world. Consider the example of driving in heavy traffic. Someone cuts you off, and your immediate reaction may be anger or road rage. Instead of acting on this impulse, pause. Stoicism encourages evaluating your response. Will honking or shouting improve the situation? Likely not. By choosing calmness, you maintain control over your emotions and actions, resulting in a more peaceful and less stressful experience. Another key aspect of restraining actions is delaying gratification. In our fast-paced world, we are often tempted by immediate rewards or the avoidance of discomfort. Stoicism teaches patience and perseverance. By delaying gratification and focusing on long-term goals, we cultivate discipline, resilience, and self-mastery. This principle also applies to communication during moments of conflict. It is easy to let emotions dictate our words, often leading to statements we later regret. Stoicism teaches us to exercise restraint and speak with intention. Consider the impact of your words. Are they constructive? Do they reflect your values? Mindful, deliberate communication fosters stronger, respectful relationships. Practicing self-restraint requires awareness and discipline. It involves recognizing impulses and consciously choosing to act in alignment with your goals and principles. This may include setting boundaries, practicing mindfulness, or developing habits that support productivity and emotional control. For example, if procrastination is an issue, create a structured schedule. If anger is a challenge, use relaxation techniques to remain composed. Stoicism emphasizes acting according to reason rather than impulse. This means making decisions thoughtfully, weighing consequences, and aligning choices with your values. Imagine a critical work decision. Rather than reacting hastily, gather information, consider pros and cons, and reflect on alignment with your long-term goals. This reasoned approach leads to better outcomes and a stronger sense of control. Restraining actions does not mean passivity or avoidance. It is about intentionality, responsibility, and awareness that our actions carry. Consequences. By practicing self-restraint, we become more effective in achieving our goals while preserving inner peace. Regular reflection. Acceptance is the first step toward effective action. When we resist reality, we expend unnecessary energy and create needless suffering. For example, if you lose your job, it's natural to feel upset, anxious, or uncertain about the future. But by accepting the situation, you can direct your focus toward actionable steps, updating your resume, networking, or exploring new career paths. This proactive approach not only helps you navigate the challenge more effectively, but also reduces the emotional burden of the experience. One practical method to cultivate acceptance is through mindfulness and meditation. These practices keep you present and aware, allowing you to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. By consistently practicing mindfulness, you develop the ability to accept each moment as it comes, with all its imperfections and uncertainties. This acceptance forms a foundation of inner peace and resilience. Stoicism teaches that acceptance is not surrender, it is finding strength in adversity. It is understanding that every experience, no matter how difficult, offers a chance for growth and learning. When confronted with challenges, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger? This shift in perspective transforms obstacles into stepping stones for personal development. Acceptance also involves letting go of perfectionism. Many of us chase perfection in our careers, relationships, and personal achievements. Yet this relentless pursuit often breeds stress and dissatisfaction. By embracing the reality that perfection is unattainable, we can honor our efforts and progress. This does not imply lowering standards, but recognizing that imperfections are inherent to the human experience. Embracing flaws and setbacks with compassion allows us to live more fully, authentically, and freely. Gratitude is another powerful tool for fostering acceptance. Focusing on what we have rather than what we lack shifts our mindset from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude allows us to perceive the good even amid challenges. By regularly acknowledging and appreciating life's positives, we reinforce a constructive outlook and strengthen our capacity to accept life as it is. Acceptance extends to our relationships as well. We often hold expectations of how others should behave, leading to frustration or disappointment when they do not meet these expectations. By accepting people as they are, with all their strengths and weaknesses, we cultivate more harmonious and fulfilling connections. This does not mean tolerating harmful behavior. It means understanding that everyone follows their own journey and faces unique challenges. Practicing empathy and compassion creates space for authentic relationships and mutual growth. Epictetus and other Stoic philosophers emphasized that living according to nature entails recognizing our place in the world and acting in harmony with our rational and social nature. At its core, this principle promotes authenticity and alignment with the universe. Living according to nature begins with self-awareness, a profound understanding of who we are and what our true nature entails. It involves introspection and reflection on values, strengths, and purpose. By recognizing our natural tendencies, we make choices aligned with our authentic selves rather than conforming to societal pressures or external expectations. This principle also includes accepting the natural cycles of life. Just as seasons change, our lives move through phases of growth, stability, decline, and renewal. By acknowledging and embracing these cycles, we navigate life's transitions with greater grace and ease. Living according to nature also requires cultivating virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. These virtues act as guiding principles for navigating challenges and making ethical decisions. Wisdom enables clarity and informed choices. Courage allows us to confront adversity. Justice ensures fairness and integrity in our interactions. Temperance promotes balance and self-control. By fostering these virtues, we align our actions with our rational and moral nature. Stoicism further teaches living harmoniously with others as inherently social beings. Recognizing our interdependence, we contribute to the well-being of our communities through empathy, compassion, and cooperation. By helping others and fostering positive relationships, we fulfill our social nature while creating supportive, harmonious environments. Another key aspect of living according to nature is simplicity, focusing on what truly matters. In a world brimming with distractions and material pursuits, it is easy to lose sight of priorities. Stoicism encourages eliminating excess and centering on core values and essential needs. This may involve simplifying lifestyle choices, prioritizing meaningful relationships, and dedicating time to personal growth and self-care. By doing so, we cultivate space for activities and relationships that bring genuine joy and fulfillment. Stoicism emphasizes that acceptance and gratitude are vital to living according to nature. Accepting life's flow involves relinquishing the need to control every outcome and trusting in the natural process. Gratitude allows us to notice abundance in our lives and fosters a positive, content mindset. By focusing on what is present and valuable, we cultivate peace and satisfaction. Finally, living according to nature requires mindfulness of our impact on the environment. As part of the natural world, we bear responsibility for caring for the planet and conserving its resources, ensuring a sustainable legacy for future generations. Another key principle of Stoicism is the mastery of desires and attachments. Our cravings and attachments can easily lead to disappointment, frustration, and inner turmoil when things do not go as we hope. Stoicism teaches that true freedom comes from recognizing what is essential and letting go of excessive attachment to external outcomes. By understanding that material possessions, status, or the approval of others are not the ultimate sources of happiness, we can redirect our focus inward toward virtues and personal growth. This does not mean renouncing all pleasure or ambition, but rather maintaining a balanced perspective. Enjoy life's rewards without becoming enslaved by them. For instance, if you achieve recognition at work, appreciate it fully without letting it define your self-worth. If you experience loss, accept it without allowing grief to dominate your mind. By cultivating detachment in this way, we strengthen our inner resilience and maintain stability regardless of external circumstances. Stoicism also teaches the value of intentional action. Life presents countless choices each day, and it is easy to drift without purpose. By consciously aligning actions with values, we create a life of meaning and integrity. Every decision, no matter how small, becomes an opportunity to exercise virtue, wisdom, and self-discipline. This intentionality transforms ordinary routines into practices of personal growth and moral development. Equally important is the practice of reflection. Daily self-reflection allows us to assess our thoughts, emotions, and actions. By reviewing the day's successes, mistakes, and reactions, we gain insight into patterns that hinder or support our growth. Reflection also helps us prepare for the future by reinforcing positive habits and recognizing areas that require improvement. This ongoing process of introspection is essential for cultivating self-mastery and a disciplined, virtuous life. Stoicism reminds us that adversity is inevitable. Challenges, disappointments, and obstacles are not signs of failure, they are opportunities to strengthen character and wisdom. Each difficulty faced with courage and composure becomes a lesson in resilience. By anticipating obstacles and practicing patience, we prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally to face them with clarity and confidence. The Stoic mindset transforms hardships from burdens into instruments of personal development. Another profound Stoic lesson is the impermanence of life. Everything we experience, pleasure, pain, success, and loss, is temporary. By internalizing this truth, we learn to embrace the present moment fully. Appreciating the fleeting nature of life encourages mindfulness, gratitude, and a deeper sense of purpose. It also reduces fear of loss and disappointment, allowing us to navigate challenges with equanimity and grace. In essence, Stoicism is about living consciously, deliberately, and with integrity. It is about cultivating inner strength, resilience, and peace that are not contingent on external events. It teaches us to face life's uncertainties with courage, to act with wisdom and virtue, and to find contentment through self-mastery rather than external validation. By applying these principles consistently, we build a life that is not only calmer and more resilient, but also profoundly meaningful. Stoicism offers tools for thriving in a chaotic world, transforming adversity into opportunity, and developing a mindset capable of enduring any challenge. To truly embody Stoicism, philosophy must transform into daily practice. Knowledge alone is not enough. It must guide action, shape habits, and influence decisions. One of the most effective ways to do this is through daily reflection and journaling. Each day, set aside time to review your thoughts, actions, and emotions. Ask yourself, did I act according to my values today? Did I respond with patience, courage, and reason, or did I allow impulses and emotions to dictate my behavior? This simple habit cultivates self-awareness, reinforces discipline, and helps you identify patterns that require attention or adjustment. Another powerful practice is the morning reflection, or preparation for the day. Before you begin your day, take a few moments to anticipate potential challenges and remind yourself of your purpose, values, and goals. Visualize how you want to respond to difficulties, stressful encounters, or unexpected setbacks. By doing this, you train your mind to approach challenges calmly and intentionally, rather than reacting impulsively. This proactive preparation strengthens resilience and ensures that your actions are consistent with your principles. Stoicism also emphasizes the importance of maintaining a sense of perspective. In moments of difficulty or frustration, it is helpful to step back and view the situation from a broader lens. Ask yourself, will this matter in a week, a month, or a year? Will my reaction to this event define my character in the long term? This mental distancing helps prevent overreaction, reduces emotional turbulence, and allows for measured, thoughtful responses. Practicing gratitude daily is another essential Stoic habit. Gratitude shifts focus from what is lacking to what is already present, creating contentment and inner stability. Each day, identify and acknowledge small blessings, achievements, or moments of joy. These can be as simple as a kind word from a friend, a productive work session, or a moment of calm in nature. By training your mind to recognize the positives, you strengthen resilience and cultivate a mindset that embraces life fully, even amidst challenges. Mindfulness is equally vital. By staying present and aware of your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings, you create a space between stimulus and response. This space allows for deliberate choice rather than impulsive reaction. Whether through meditation, deep breathing, or mindful observation of daily activities, consistent mindfulness practice fosters clarity, focus, and emotional regulation. Stoicism also encourages embracing discomfort as a means of growth. Life will invariably present hardships, and seeking constant comfort limits personal development. By voluntarily engaging in small acts of discipline, such as waking up early, enduring physical exertion, or practicing restraint, you strengthen your mental and emotional fortitude. These exercises, though minor, build resilience over time, preparing you for greater challenges with courage and composure. Acts of kindness, empathy, and service also align with Stoic practice. By consciously contributing to the well-being of others, we fulfill our social nature and reinforce virtuous behavior. Simple gestures, listening attentively, offering support, or acting fairly, cultivate harmony, strengthen relationships, and nurture a sense of purpose. Finally, Stoicism teaches the value of detachment from outcomes. Focus on the effort, intention, and alignment with your values, rather than being consumed by success, failure, or external validation. By concentrating on what you can control, your actions, mindset, and responses, you achieve a sense of freedom and peace that remains steady regardless of life's uncertainties. By integrating these daily practices, reflection, mindfulness, gratitude, deliberate discomfort, intentional action, empathy, and detachment, you transform Stoicism from abstract philosophy into a lived experience. Over time, these habits create a resilient mind, a disciplined character, and a calm, purposeful approach to life. They allow you to face challenges with courage, navigate uncertainty with wisdom, and live each day in alignment with your highest values. In today's fast-paced world, the principles of Stoicism are more relevant than ever. Modern life bombards us with stress, distractions, and constant demands. And without a grounded mindset, it is easy to become overwhelmed. Stoicism provides practical tools to navigate these pressures with clarity, balance, and resilience. One of the most powerful applications is managing stress effectively. Stress often arises from unrealistic expectations, overcommitment, or trying to control what is uncontrollable. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what is within our control, our thoughts, decisions, and actions, and release attachment to outcomes beyond our influence. For example, in a high-pressure work environment, instead of worrying about the approval of every superior or fearing failure, concentrate on doing your best in each task, maintaining integrity and learning from the process. This shift reduces anxiety and increases effectiveness. Another critical area where Stoicism shines is in relationships. Conflict, misunderstandings, and differing values are inevitable in personal and professional interactions. Stoicism emphasizes empathy, patience, and measured responses. By understanding that each individual acts according to their perceptions, experiences, and values, we can respond with compassion rather than reactive emotion. When a colleague or loved one behaves unfairly, instead of anger or resentment, Stoicism encourages analyzing the situation rationally. What can I control? How can I respond constructively? This approach prevents unnecessary emotional suffering and strengthens relationships. Decision-making is another domain where Stoicism provides immense guidance. Modern life often demands quick choices under pressure. Stoicism advocates deliberate, rational, and values-aligned decision-making. By pausing, reflecting on potential consequences, and considering long-term alignment with principles, you reduce impulsivity avoid regret, and act with confidence. This deliberate mindset also applies to digital life, social media, online interactions, and information overload. By exercising restraint and intentionality, you can avoid distraction, comparison, and negativity, maintaining mental clarity and focus. Stoicism also teaches the importance of resilience in the face of failure and setbacks. In careers, business ventures, or personal endeavors, failures are inevitable. Instead of succumbing to discouragement or self-blame, Stoicism frames setbacks as learning opportunities. Each obstacle becomes a lesson in patience, strategy, and adaptability. By embracing failure as part of growth, you cultivate perseverance and a mindset that sees challenges not as threats, but as essential steps in personal development. Time management is another area where Stoic principles apply directly. Modern life constantly pulls us in multiple directions, often leaving us feeling scattered or unproductive. Stoicism encourages intentional use of time, focusing on meaningful activities, prioritizing values, and minimizing unnecessary distractions. By treating time as a finite resource, we develop discipline, focus, and a greater sense of purpose. Every hour becomes an opportunity to align actions with values and contribute to long-term growth. Stoicism also helps in managing modern fears, fear of failure, social judgment, or uncertainty. By recognizing that these fears are largely products of perception, we can confront them with reason and courage, breaking fear into smaller, understandable components, preparing for challenges, and practicing. Small acts of courage daily gradually desensitizes us, making us stronger and more confident in facing the unknown. Finally, Stoicism provides tools for maintaining inner peace amid constant change. Life today is unpredictable, careers shift, relationships evolve, and global events create uncertainty. By internalizing Stoic principles, acceptance, reflection, detachment from outcomes, and focus on what we can control, we cultivate a mindset that is resilient, grounded, and unshakable. This allows us to act decisively, think clearly, and live intentionally, regardless of external turbulence. Applying Stoicism to modern life is not about withdrawing from the world or avoiding challenges. It is about engaging fully while remaining calm, deliberate, and virtuous. Through conscious practice, we develop the mental clarity, emotional resilience, and ethical guidance necessary to navigate contemporary life successfully. Stoicism transforms daily pressures into opportunities for growth, relationships into platforms for empathy, and understanding and challenges into lessons that build enduring strength and wisdom. One of the most powerful tools in Stoicism is the practice of premeditation, also known as premeditatio malorum, or the premeditation of hardships. This exercise involves consciously imagining potential challenges, setbacks, and difficulties before they occur, not to dwell on negativity, but to prepare the mind. By visualizing obstacles and mentally rehearsing your responses, you reduce the element of surprise and cultivate emotional resilience. For example, before a difficult conversation, a presentation, or an important decision, consider what could go wrong and how you would respond calmly and effectively. This mental preparation strengthens composure, focus, and confidence in the face of adversity. Daily mental exercises are another cornerstone of Stoic practice. These exercises are designed to train the mind, reinforce values, and cultivate virtues. One such exercise is the evening reflection, where you review the day's actions, thoughts, and emotions. Reflect on where you acted in accordance with your principles, where you fell short, and how you can improve tomorrow. Another exercise is journaling, writing down your goals, challenges, and insights to clarify thinking, identify patterns, and reinforce deliberate action. These habits develop self-discipline, emotional control, and moral clarity over time. Stoicism also emphasizes the cultivation of joy that is independent of external circumstances. True joy, according to Stoic philosophy, comes from living in alignment with your values, exercising virtue, and mastering your mind. This inner joy is not contingent on wealth, recognition, or pleasure, but arises from acting with integrity, courage, and reason. By focusing on what you can control, your actions, thoughts, and character, you develop a stable and enduring sense of contentment. This joy is unshakable because it is rooted within, not dependent on the shifting opinions, successes, or failures of the outside world. Another advanced technique is the practice of voluntary discomfort. This involves willingly exposing yourself to small challenges or inconveniences, whether fasting, exercising rigorously, or abstaining from luxury, to build resilience and self-discipline. By practicing discomfort in controlled ways, you prepare for unexpected difficulties with greater mental strength. Over time, this strengthens patience, humility, and the ability to endure life's hardships without complaint or fear. Stoicism also teaches the deliberate examination of desires. Reflecting on wants and cravings allows you to distinguish between what is necessary and what is superfluous. By reducing attachment to fleeting pleasures and external validation, you gain freedom from distraction, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. For instance, if you feel envy or frustration when someone else succeeds, Stoicism encourages examining why these feelings arise and refocusing on personal growth, values, and effort rather than comparison. This self-mastery cultivates inner peace and prevents external circumstances from dictating emotional states. The cultivation of virtues, wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance remains central to advanced practice. Each day presents opportunities to act virtuously, whether in small decisions, difficult conversations, or moral dilemmas. By consciously choosing actions that reflect these virtues, we reinforce character and strengthen our sense of purpose. Over time, these consistent choices transform character, creating a resilient, ethical, and emotionally stable individual. Finally, Stoicism teaches the art of embracing life fully, without clinging or aversion. By accepting impermanence, uncertainty, and the natural ebb and flow of experiences, we cultivate a sense of freedom. Life becomes less about avoiding pain and more about engaging meaningfully with each moment, learning from every challenge, and finding joy in virtuous action. This advanced Stoic mindset integrates preparation, reflection, detachment, and intentional action, creating a life where external events no longer dominate emotions and inner peace remains steadfast. By practicing these advanced techniques daily, we transform philosophy into lived wisdom. Stoicism becomes not just a framework for thought, but a practical guide for navigating modern life with courage, clarity, and unshakable joy. It equips us to face adversity, cultivate virtue, and maintain inner serenity regardless of circumstances. As we bring these Stoic principles together, it becomes clear that the path to inner peace, resilience, and true happiness is intentional and deliberate. Stoicism is not a quick fix or a temporary mindset. It is a lifelong practice, a way of living that empowers you to navigate life with clarity, purpose, and unwavering strength. By applying the lessons of self-awareness, emotional mastery, acceptance, reflection, and virtue, you create a foundation that no external circumstance can shake. One of the most important takeaways is that control begins from within. You cannot govern the world or other people, but you can govern yourself, your thoughts, your responses, and your actions. Every day presents opportunities to exercise this control, whether in small decisions, challenging situations, or complex relationships. By consistently choosing deliberate, reasoned, and virtuous actions, you reinforce inner strength and gradually shape the life you aspire to live. Another key insight is the power of perspective. Stoicism teaches that events themselves are neutral. It is our perception and interpretation that give them meaning. By changing how we interpret challenges, criticisms, and setbacks, we reduce unnecessary suffering and unlock the freedom to respond constructively. This mental shift allows adversity to become a tool for growth, criticism to become a lesson, and hardship to become a source of strength. Daily habits are equally crucial. Practices such as journaling, reflection, mindfulness, meditation, premeditation of challenges, gratitude, and voluntary discomfort train the mind to remain focused, calm, and resilient. Over time, these practices build a mental framework that allows you to thrive even amidst chaos. By embedding these habits into your routine, Stoicism transitions from philosophy into practical wisdom that shapes your everyday life. Stoicism also reminds us that joy, fulfillment, and purpose are not found in external rewards, status, or possessions, but in living according to values and virtue. By detaching from outcomes and focusing on deliberate, principled action, you cultivate a stable, enduring sense of contentment. Life becomes less about what happens to you and more about how you choose to respond. This is the essence of unshakable peace, knowing that no matter the circumstances, your mind and spirit remain your own. Finally, Stoicism teaches us that life is a journey of continuous growth. Every obstacle, every moment of discomfort, every challenge is an opportunity to refine character, strengthen resilience, and deepen understanding. By approaching life with reflection, intention, and virtue, we transform ordinary experiences into powerful lessons. The storms of life no longer overwhelm us. Instead, they become instruments for personal evolution. So, as you move forward, remember these principles. Cultivate self-awareness, master your mind and emotions, embrace acceptance, act with virtue, reflect daily, anticipate challenges, and focus on what you can control. Apply these consistently, and you will find that your inner peace, confidence, and resilience grow stronger with each day. Stoicism is not merely a philosophy, it is a guide to living fully, courageously, and wisely. By internalizing these teachings and practicing them in your daily life, you can navigate modern life's chaos with grace, maintain unshakable tranquility, and experience true fulfillment. The power to live with purpose, courage, and joy is within you. Start today and let the wisdom of the Stoics illuminate your path. This includes making conscious and sustainable choices, minimizing waste, and honoring the delicate balance of our ecosystems. By living with environmental awareness, we not only respect the natural world but also safeguard its health for future generations. This mindful approach to nature reinforces the interconnectedness of all living things and reminds us that our actions have consequences beyond ourselves. Incorporating mindfulness into daily life further strengthens our ability to live in harmony with nature. Mindfulness encourages presence, awareness, and intentionality, allowing us to make choices that reflect our authentic selves. Practices such as meditation, deep breathing, or mindful observation of daily activities help us connect more deeply with both our inner world and the environment around us. These habits invite us to slow down, consider our actions, and act with deliberate purpose rather than impulsivity. As we bring this exploration of Stoic principles to a close, remember this essential truth. True strength and freedom do not come from controlling external circumstances, but from mastering your own mind, decisions, and actions. By internalizing the wisdom of Stoicism, you cultivate resilience, maintain inner peace, and live a life aligned with purpose and virtue. Thank you for joining us on this journey through Stoicism Notebook. If you found value in this video, be sure to explore the recommended videos on the screen too. Continue expanding your understanding and practice of Stoic philosophy. Stay strong, remain grounded, and keep advancing on your path toward wisdom, fulfillment, and well-being.